There is a small town in North Carolina, a quiet place surrounded by forests, rivers, and old wooden houses. In that town lived a 19-year-old boy named Ethan Rhodes. Ethan was smart, talented, and full of ideas, but his mind was always crowded with stress, expectations, doubts, and pressure. He wanted success, but he wasn't moving. He felt stuck, like his life had brakes on. Every morning, Ethan sat in front of his laptop, but instead of working, his mind jumped from one thought to another. What if I fail? What will people say? What if I'm not good enough? His head felt like a room full of loud voices, each one pulling him in a different direction. One day, his college professor looked at him and said, "Ethan, your brain is full. Until you empty your mind, nothing new can enter." Ethan didn't understand. Empty my mind? How? A week later, the professor invited Ethan to his old wooden house. They sat at a small table, and the professor placed 2 cups in front of them. Then he started pouring tea into Ethan's cup. The tea rose and rose, and suddenly began to overflow. Ethan quickly said, "Professor, the cup is full. Why are you still pouring?" The professor smiled and replied, "Ethan, this cup is your mind, always full of fear, worry, ego, and opinions. If you want to learn, if you want to grow, you must first empty your mind." That night, Ethan couldn't sleep. The overflowing tea played again and again in his head. The next morning, he woke up early and decided to clear his mind. He deleted social media for a week. He stopped comparing his life with others. He wrote down every negative thought on paper, then burned the paper behind his house, letting the smoke carry those thoughts away. For the first time in years, his mind felt quiet. And in that silence, new ideas began to appear. With a calm mind, Ethan finally began working on his dream, a small online business selling handmade wooden crafts. He wasn't the fastest, he wasn't the smartest, but his mind was light and his focus was sharp. Months passed, orders came in, people loved his work. One day he received a message, "Your products remind me of home. Thank you for creating with heart." Ethan smiled and remembered the overflowing tea. When the mind is full, nothing grows. When the mind is empty, everything becomes possible. If your mind feels heavy today, if your thoughts are loud, if you feel stuck, stop, breathe, empty your mind. Let go of the past. Let go of fear. Let go of what you cannot control. Success doesn't start with more knowledge. It starts with more space. Empty your mind and watch your life fill with possibilities.